Okay, we're live and we are talking goalkeepers. That's right. I'm about to be joined by the ever insightful Brian very shortly. He'll be jumping on and we're going to be discussing the three main goalkeeper targets that West Ham have been linked to, especially after the absolute disaster class that old Areola had on Saturday. Good news is Newcastle apparently seem to be going to sign Aaron Ramsdale. Great news for us West Ham fans. It means we will not be getting Ramsdale. He's off to Newcastle. Hallelujah. I'm very chuffed about that because I don't rate Aaron Ramsdale. I don't want Aaron Ramsdale at West Ham. So we've dodged a bullet there. But we are linked to three very decent goalkeepers that we've got on the way. God, it is bloody hot there. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful evening. So we're going to break down each one. Areola didn't have the best of games on, what was it now? Saturday night, Sunday morning, whatever you call it. Obviously, it's pre-season, but there has been a desire to get a goalkeeper for, I've just got like unopened letters behind me. That looks a bit shit, doesn't it? Yes, the man is here. Brian,
yes.
This is my friend.
Yes. What are you saying, Dan? You right?
Wait, hold up. Is that me? Oh no, it is me. Yeah, everyone can hear you. Okay, I'll hear you now. Yeah, there we go, mate. How you been? How you been, man?
Yeah, man. Busy, man. It's been a long while, man. But it's good to be back. Good to be back in the space and talking all things West Ham, man. But yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. Just really busy with like personal stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, I appreciate you taking some time, man. It's great to have you back on the channel. Talking West Ham goalkeepers today, mate. We're talking goalkeepers now.
Ooh.
Did you watch? Did you watch the friendly against Man United?
I did. You know what? And I was actually watching your watch along as well a little bit. I was dipping in and out of that, you and Jace. But I did watch it. Look, my opinion is probably the same as everyone else with a slight twist. Okay, I sort of went into it with low expectations. So with that being said, I wasn't kind of thinking, oh, why did I stay up for this crap, etc. I knew things were going to be the same. And when I saw the lineup, oh my God, I was like, right, it's definitely going to be the same. We're going to have the same issues in midfield. Look, I mean, to take the positives out of it, the second half of the second half, the last 15, 20 minutes was very good, very exciting in terms of good in possession, direct play once the changes were made, combination of youth and experienced players. But I think there were a lot of negatives as well. And again, do you know what? This is what these games are for from like a pre-season point of view. It's exactly what these games are for, just to kind of get everyone's sharpness and fitness up. And seeing Man United kind of play a counter-attacking system in that way was quite strange for me. A lot of people were sort of waxing lyrical about them, but I don't think they were nothing special, man, personally.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, it took two absolute howlers there from Areola, and I've been a big Areola defender for a while. I've stuck up for him. A lot of people ain't having him, but last season it can't be understated. Like the performances that he had in games that really played a big part to keeping us out of trouble and out of relegation. So we don't forget that, but there are, I think, keepers that Potter's looking at that maybe fit his system better. And these are three of the keepers. Well, at least two of the three keepers. There's one keeper in there who may be a secret Salthouse signing.
Okay.
Well, we have a Salthouse client among the three. That's right. So we got it. We can't have a position that we attract without Salthouse sticking his nose in. So we'll go into, obviously we'll start with Suzuki. He's obviously a keeper. I think the first out of all of these, the first name that I remember seeing plays for Parma in Italy, newly promoted team last season, I think. Japanese international. Again, I can't say, I don't know about you, Brian, but I can't say I've watched too much of Suzuki, but he seems to be highly rated, and we'll get into the statistics in a sec. But any have you had any sort of awareness, any sort of experience watching Suzuki?
Not watching him, but just heard of the name and stuff because I tend to track Serie A results now and then. So I haven't seen Parma play. As you said, they've just got promoted again. So it's a name that's been surfacing around for a little while. I'm always look when it comes to a lot of Far East players in various positions. I mean, the talent has definitely stepped up over the years, but there is that commercial marketing sense as well that a lot of clubs are looking into. They're thinking about sort of a revenue that can come in from fans around the world and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's another element of it as well. And I think, my view on Areola very quickly is I always thought he was a decent keeper, but I always saw the flaws in him. That's why I always leaned more to Fabianski. However, I did feel when it was Areola's time, it was his time. But the kind of mistakes he made at the weekend, for me, are very typical of what you get from him. And if you're going to play in this kind of system with this manager, he's going to be expected to have his ball at the feet and distribute a lot. So you're going to get areas why for me, having a goalkeeper as part of maybe like the top targets, it does make sense to me. But again, I wouldn't necessarily. We can go without for a time being if the price ain't right for what we're looking for.
Yeah. This is what I've been saying, that at the end of the day, I think that the midfield is much more important. But there's going to be aspects of. I mean, the second goal against Man United was evident of the weaknesses, I think, in Areola in a Potter system, playing it out. I mean, it's no composure, plays it to the wrong man, and boom, back in trouble. And that's a big issue, And Areola's on a lot of money. He's on like over 100 grand a week as a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? We need a bit better. We need a bit more from him. Let me share my screen. Let's have a little deeper look at Suzuki-san. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Okay. Now, a lot of people probably can't see that. Can I zoom in and make it bigger? There we go. So he's 22 years old. I don't know centimeters to feet. I'm guessing he's tall. But yes. So 22, young goalkeeper. And we're getting some of these stats now. This is a lot of it looks like a load of gibberish and stuff like that. We'll get into this. Obviously, green is good, red is bad. So post shot expected goals minus goals. These stats are getting out of hand, man. Post shot minus goals against. Positive numbers suggest better luck or an above average ability to stop shots. So it's expected goal based on how likely the goalkeeper is to save the shot. So I guess we're looking. So it doesn't include own goals. So I guess we're looking at their sort of shot stopping ability. Things like that. So 35th percentile. So not massively great. I said I'm not the biggest statistician. Fuck it. I'm not great with stats. Goals against now. This is, by the way, I actually recorded a video earlier about. I did this in a video in like 12 minutes or something, right? I broke down all the keepers, and the audio, I wasn't happy with it. So I went, okay, I'll do it live. Let me see if Brian's about. So yes, what I look at when I look at goals against, and I'll judge these players accordingly, is you have to put some tax on it in terms of the team they play for. Now, Parma is one of the lesser teams in Serie A. So you're going to concede more goals. It's like we had Fabianski. Fabianski got relegated to Swansea, right? Faced a lot of shots, saved a lot of shots, but conceded a lot of shots. So I wouldn't hold that against him. And then save percentage, shots on target against, goals against, shots on target against. No, not all shots on target are stopped by the keeper. Many were stopped by defenders. Does not include penalty kicks. So 29%. So a lot of these big strengths seems to be on the ball, touches, distribution, goal kicks, long goal kicks, ability to stop crosses. I mean, you're
decent.
probably the more stat guy than me, Brian. I mean, anything jumps out to you?
Well, automatically you can see this stuff that in possession and transition is good. So playing in a possession-based team, all of these things help. He's comfortable with the ball at his feet. He's obviously tall enough to come for crosses confidently, which in the Premier League we get a lot. When you get a lot of foreign keepers, normally that flap at crosses. So he stopped crosses percentages is really good. Again, basic things like goal kicks. It sounds stupid, man, but how frustrated did we used to be when we used to see like Zuma come back and take goal kicks and stuff like that for Fabianski and that. It's just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So stuff that's really important. I think, like you said, Dan, the way to kind of top it off with the stats at the top, the ones that are in red, you can put tax on it. It's a bit like what do you call it? People that play FBL, right? You know, you wouldn't necessarily you would have like a lot of the keepers from sort of mid-table and low teams high up there, in addition to the teams that keep clean sheets, just due to the fact that they're more busier. So they'll always be active in terms of gaining points. So some of that, I mean, these stats actually, they don't look too bad. They don't look too bad. Do you know what I mean? They're not like amazing, but they're not like if you were to marry them up against some of the mid-table keepers in our league, you ain't gonna look.
And I think they're strong in the areas that Potter's really looking for in terms of on the ball distribution, good with his feet, and he's 22 years old, so there is area for development. Yeah. Now, I think a sticking point is going to be the price. Apparently, Palmer are asking for like around 30 million. They value him at, and we ain't got no 30 million to be spent on the goalkeeper right now.
The thing is with all Italian clubs, yeah, like when it comes to sort of buying from there, you can sort of like negotiate financially for sure, because generally the league's quite hard up. So you can put in a lot of clauses, even like loan packages and stuff, whereby the initial fee could be a lot lower, or you're paying it over like a stupid amount of time, like 5 years or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, that's their evaluation, because obviously they don't want to let him go. But I think if push came to shove and we was really going for this guy, we could sort of go in there with a little figure that might tempt them.
Yeah, there has to be something, I think, that can do the business. They're trying to stay up in Serie A. I think they finished like 16th last season after obviously their first season in the league. The money would do them some good, and hopefully we can get that figure down. But you know, there are other options which we'll get onto. Now, I did not know about it. I haven't heard this. So Mark says, you think Areola panics now? Wait till the 8-second rule is introduced this season. I haven't heard about this 8-second rule. Have I been living under a rock? Is that real?
We might have to do a little search on that, man. I don't know about the 8-second rule.
That's going to be mad. Like, I mean, it will stop a lot of time wasting. That's for
Definitely.
Boy, so we'll see. But yeah, we'll confirm that in a second. Anyone else in the chat, back that up. If there is an 8-second rule, yeah. So other people are saying, explain this new rule. I guess it's the keeper has, once they get the ball, have 8 seconds to get rid of it.
Distribute it. Yeah.
Mad. that is mental.
That would be mad.
Let's look at Michael Cooper. Sheffield United, 25 years of old, English goalkeeper. He is the secret Will Salthouse client. That's right, Michael Cooper. We're talking about Oh wait, that's not the right website. I can get this on there. Whoop. Right, here we go. Yeah. Michael Cooper, there he is, 25 years old. Let's get into His numbers. So again, just as we applied a Palmer tax to Suzuki, we have to apply a Sheffield United tax the opposite way. He plays for one of the best teams in the Championship, got to the playoff finals, one of the better defenses in front of him. So he's got a lot of greens that looks great, but we have to take this, keep in mind that he is in one of the better teams in the Championship. So shot stopping, very good. Clean sheets and goals conceded, very good. Save percentage high. It's a lot of good stats. Goal kicks attempted. So I guess he's not doing a lot of goal kicks. Length for goal kicks, okay. Great at stopping crosses. Really good. Not the sort of keeper that's really going to come outside and, be bold and come and claim the ball.
Do you know what? I don't really know much about this keeper, It's mad.
No.
And he's,
Some people rated him, but...
Yeah. So, Dan, right, I just looked at this 8-second rule. You're never going to believe it, right? So, basically, if a goalie has the ball longer than 8 seconds, this season, right, the ref will award a corner kick.
Wow.
To the opposition.
That is mad. Like, we're going to see a lot of goals scored where the keepers mispassed it. We're going to, that second goal we conceded against Man United, we're going to see that a lot next season with this new rule.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So, wow. There's the 8-second rule. So keep, and I think for one, Cooper's not as good with his feet on the ball as the other two. But again,
what was his age again?
25.
Okay.
So this is the thing with him, right? However people may rate him, the fact that he's a Salthouse client disqualifies him for me. Because we've already had 2 players off this guy, even though Wilson hasn't officially been announced yet. It looks like he's definitely signing. We've had Kyle Walker-Peters and Wilson. We can't keep taking this guy's recommendations. We need Potter and McCauley to build the team in their image. We've got to back them. We've got to give them the players that they want, that they ask for. Otherwise, how can we judge them properly? And
no, 100% with that. There's too much contradictory going on and, overruling by the hierarchy, which is just going to cause problems long term. There's some elements of me that is thinking, like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I've sort of been judging as smoke and mirrors, but then they've just been coming into fruition. We're going to see what's going to happen with this Wilson thing, because that's one of the things that I thought, you know what, I'll believe it when I see it, but it seems to have legs on it, even though it's sort of died off the last couple of days. But
part of me feels like they're waiting for the right time to announce it, because they know it's probably not a popular choice. It sounds like we're going to sign Wilson and bring back Antonio on a new deal. That's what it sounds like. We're getting both. So,
which again, it's just, I don't know, man. It's not good business sense, in my opinion. No. Like, it don't make no sense whatsoever. You could go into a season where you could have all 3 of your centre forwards injured. And the fans saying, I told you so.
It's crazy to me. Like, this was not what we needed, was hoping for in the summer, was to have 3 goalkeepers with the combined age over 100. It's goalkeepers holding onto the ball, not having possession. Obviously, it's not going to be like a pass back and you have to distribute within 8 seconds. Obviously, it's a goal kick, or if they've catched the ball, they have to throw it. We know that. We're aware. Salthouse out. He never should have been in. It's crazy. And this is the thing, right? I was having a discussion on Twitter, and they was like, well, look at the good players he's got us. Creswell, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Antonio was one, right? And it's like, the actual individuals that Salthouse may have got us, you may look at them and go, do you know what? He was decent. He's decent sign. He's a good sign. That's a good player. The problem is we're never building a squad with one vision. It's always like, just, here's this player. Let's go and grab him in. So we're never really a balanced team that are molded for one play style, and this is how we're going forward. That's why we're always unbalanced. And you may look and say, "Oh, Creswell was a great signing," but who did we not sign to sign Salthouse's player? And that goes for all of these players. He's the one who recommended Lopetegui, by the way. He should be disqualified from recommending anything after that, like ever.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a great point. It's a great point, and we've seen it over the years, particularly in the striking position. We've always seen, like, we've always been linked with just some randoms or journeymen or people that we should have got, like, perhaps 5 seasons before. You know what I mean? It's just a joke.
Yeah, it really is. It's so frustrating. And we've seen like how much this team needs pace, and you're signing like players like Callum Wilson and then re-signing Antonio, who lost his pace a long time ago. Like Antonio's, he scored a couple of goals in the under-21s. He's said to be doing good fitness. If we're gonna just do one or the other. Just sign Antonio and fuck Wilson off. Like, just do that.
Yeah.
If we want that.
Yeah, that's my point. And, I think they'll always come back and say with the Wilson deal, it's heavily loaded with a lot of stipulations and stuff like that, which, cool, I get. It makes sense, but it's just not the kind of profile player that I feel we need. It don't even style-wise, stylistically, I just don't think it works. Forget like the person, the player as the person, and all the stuff he's done, the bants with our club going in the past. Even if you excuse all of that, just the profile style, I don't think that's more like a bit like the Chicharito Fox in the box type of thing, which is great player, but at the time, I don't think it suited our profile.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. I'll never forget that game in like, I think it was the FA Cup or something. I don't know, it was Stevenage, and Moyes had him up front as a target man, and we was pumping long balls at Chicharito. I will never be so bad. We played him as a target man, Chicharito, mate. Oh
Madness.
my god. Let's look at the last goalkeeper recommendation, the last target, and this is the one I feel like we are closest to. The one that I feel like could definitely happen, and that is Mads Hermansen. Now, again, we talk about, tax on what team they played for. He played for one of the worst teams in the Premier League. He played in a team that was awful, going up against some of the best teams in the world, some of the best attackers in the world. So these stats up here, they're going to look bad. 6th percentile for goals against. They conceded a lot of goals. Leicester, let in a lot of issues in terms of, in terms of saves and things like that. So they was a terrible team last season. But he's good at saving penalties, which is always good. Clean sheet percentage, wow, that's bad. But again, the defense he had in front of him. Now this is it. This is where Potter will be rubbing his hands together. The touches, the goal kicks, the length of the goal kicks. He can kick it right into the channel. Some accurate kicks over there. Really good. His big weakness is claiming crosses, it seems, is one of his big weaknesses from what I understand. I'm hoping that's something that can be coached into him. Because if we're facing crosses and corners, that's an issue. He needs to be able to have confidence to come out and leap and claim it.
So the thing is, from my point of view, right, is that whoever we go for, we need a goalkeeper that's not only confident, but it's someone that's very vocal. At the moment, our back line, whether we're playing a back 3 predominantly, or we got converted into a back 4, we don't really have any like leaders, particularly leaders from a verbal point of view, who's sort of like commanding the team, pushing the team forward, even giving Areola some jip, because I feel some of that would help Areola if we had some strong defenders in front of him who are real leaders. So a goalie that comes in, if they're going to come in and come into the first team straight away, they've got to be someone that not only commands their box, but they're very vocal and then marshals that defense in front of them.
Yeah, that first goal was a big example of Areola's weakness in doing that. The lack of communication with the youth is doing the right thing, right? So Areola, I think, sort of doesn't make it clear he's coming out. It comes a bit late. Diouf, I think, was trying to shield the ball so it goes out for a goal kick, trying to throw himself between the ball and the attacker. And in doing that, obviously, Areola clashes into him. And he grabs the ball and then clashes into him, and he hasn't got a strong enough grip. Loses it. Communication would have prevented that. So El Chico says he's a top keeper. Only problem is he just had surgery and believe he's had a ongoing groin issue. So that's obviously a negative in his favor. I do feel like he is the most likely. There's talks of a loan with an obligation to buy, which would be great for us. I think we're looking at probably 20+ million for him. So if we could delay that payment till next season, it would be big. But I mean, a groin injury isn't like we're getting in Wilson, where he's had like so many hamstring injuries, so many calf injuries. You know, he can come in. I think Hermansen said he's not going to come in and just be number one straight away, although it won't. I don't think it will take long if he fits Potter. I mean, is there out of those three, are there any there that you would say that's the one I think we should go for?
The thing is, the last one's got the Premier League experience.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's also a big part to play. There's a side to me that leans towards Suzuki because he's just someone that's a little bit different, and we would probably have a chance of getting him. But as I was saying before about commanding the box, being really strong and claiming crosses, our centre backs, although they're 6 foot plus, we don't have centre backs anymore that are banging headers away. Do you know what I mean? Where that used to be standard for us for a good 5-6 years, we no longer have that, even though they're all 6 foot plus. So we need a goalkeeper that's going to command the box. I'd probably lean towards him, but the fact of the matter is with the last one, he's got the Premier League experience, so I wouldn't be too mad at that. And to be fair,
I think he's currently on like 10 grand a week compared to he's on like a tenth of what Areola's on.
Peanuts. The thing is, all of them, well, particularly the last two, right? So because of their profile, they would come. Scrap that. They would all come and probably be willing to play for their place. Having that arrangement where they'll get some game time and play for their place. So it'll be interesting, and anyone at the moment will be an upgrade because we're in need. We're a keeper down effectively. So exactly.
Like I said, especially in goalkeepers' years, they're very young in goalkeepers' years. So I think there's a big possibility there. Aljiga was saying Leicester won't do a loan as they have money issues. They want money now. I think we're going to do a loan fee. They're in quite a desperate situation. So I think they've been looking at goalkeepers. So, I think there's a deal to be done there. If they're wanting 30 mil, which one Leicester fan said to me, I just can't see us paying 30 mil right now for a goalkeeper. So we're going to have to do the business, and it just makes me feel like we just end up with flipping Cooper, the Salthouse client, which some people are happy with, but like I said, as long as it's Salthouse client, like what must Potter be thinking? Like he's signed up, and it's just get all of his signings are just ones that agents are saying, the same agent. Like they might as well just give him a catalogue, like Will Salthouse catalogue, and go right, just pick your players out of this catalogue, yeah. You can have anyone out of the Will Salthouse catalogue.
It's a joke, and there's a side to me as well. Like, so taking like the friendly game, for example, there is a side to me that feels that Potter's making like a statement by playing, those three guys in midfield in terms of Rodriguez, JWP, and Soucek, just to highlight the fact that, that's the area of need, because if you play that combination, we're always going to get toasted against anyone. That combination is not going to work. Not going to work, particularly if you like how we did on Saturday, where effectively Rodriguez was the anchor man. So he didn't even play that role in a two. He was just there on his own. So we were just getting cut open all the time.
Yeah, he gave away the free kick that led to the first goal as well. And it was just a silly free kick to give away. So Yeah, man, we need to get shot at that guy 100%. But Potts and Fearon, I think, were two big positives in that game, and they have to start in the Everton game for me. They have to. At least Potts. I want to see at least Potts and Paqueta start. It may be Fearon's still young. Maybe he's going to come off the bench, but he looks positive. But I would start Potts.
Yeah, me too. He's very composed on the ball. Everything that he did was neat and tidy and didn't look out of place at all. I think he would make a really solid contribution. So I think like those guys potentially will be with Potts is really interesting this season because there's a side to me that thinks he will get some game time, but then there's that little nagging voice in my head that feels he could potentially get loaned out again. You know,
If we
and
loan out,
I just think that would be a terrible. That would just be a dreadful, dreadful, dreadful move. We need young, fresh energy in midfield. So I would definitely give those guys a run out all day long.
Yeah, and the thing is, his Potts, I think, is 22 now, right? He's 22, I think. He's not getting younger. Like, if we loan him out for another year, you might as well just tell him you're giving up on him. Like, you can't, at 22 years old, he has to either be part of this team or you're saying to him, you're not good enough, you have to go. And he should be in this squad. With the crap we've got in midfield, if Ward-Prowse is starting over him, or if Rodriguez is starting over him, then Potter is an idiot. I've backed him.
Yeah.
But when you're making these decisions and you're picking players that are clearly a hindrance to us, then I have no sympathy. I have sympathy when they're pushing Wilson on you. But if you'll start Wilson over better players, well, then I don't have sympathy for you anymore. He has to be giving these players chances.
I think that's fair play. I think the next 2 weeks are going to be really key because I think by then we'll have a better idea of what's happening with Paqueta. If he is someone that we're looking to fish out and we get decent money for him, I'm hoping that there's at least 2 players lined up that will then change everything in terms of, you know, what we're about. Whether it's right to get rid of Paqueta at this time, that's another question. But we will need to act fast regardless.
Yeah. This is the thing, like with the young players, like if you've got like top quality players in each position, right, and you're like, these players are too good, like they're not going to be able to get a look in. But when we're seeing such crap on the pitch, like you can't sit there and go, well, what do you expect? Like, how can they get a look in when you got the likes of Ward-Prowse and Rodriguez? How can you expect to play the youngsters? Like, there's no excuses there at all.
Yeah. Agreed.
You know, and like I said, we've got Wilson. We've got Guilherme. You know, as well. He looks sharp. His decision making needs a bit of improvement, but he's young. He's hungry. He's up for it. I'm excited for him. That's like energy. Like you saw that. Like you said, the 70th minute they come on. The way like we was pinging the ball around between Potts, Paqueta, Fearon, like it was just night and day. I was like, it woke me up.
Yeah.
It was such a joy to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, like there was like an element of fearlessness as well. With it being at that stage of the game, something to chase for. But it was a really good experience for those guys. And hopefully, you know, like you said, they get a bit more of a chance. This is an interesting point here.
Yeah, definitely. True. Yeah, so man, who got to start because of how bad Man United's midfield. Why can't we do it? We got this like allergic reaction to playing youngsters. Like I get it sometimes when it's a risk when, you know, well, we can't drop someone who, you know, of a high quality for a youngster. When you've got like crap there, like they can't do any worse. So give them a go.
The thing is to say like Potts, what you would kind of have to do to bleed him in, because you do have to take that experience into effect as well. But what you would do is perhaps bring him in and drop one of the you know, the older experienced 3 and sort of integrate it that way. I wouldn't go all heavy and put in a couple of kids and take out 2. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. I think the Everton game, I would swap Rodriguez and Ward-Prowse for Paqueta and Potts, and keep it near enough the same team.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
I know some people
my
aren't
only,
fans of the formation. I know you've been talking about it before.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I was definitely going to say that because it just with Bowen sort of like tucking it, like it's something that can work if the player behind the front two is like it's just got a little bit more dynamism. So maybe bringing in Paqueta will help that because I don't want to see full crew dropping deep. And if he's going to drop deep, he's going to need legs to run in behind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Cheers, Steve, for the 4-night inside super chat. It's great to have Brian back. Definitely. Hopefully, like I said, he's a busy man, but hopefully we get to see more of him over the season. So yeah, you were saying like about your formation. Like would you go to a back four then?
The thing is, I think we kind of need to see a little bit more of the back three, only because this is what he's going to play with. But just a different variation of it. I would obviously my stance is always back four all day long, and I'm kind of like a 4-3-3 man, but I can also dig the 4-2-3-1. Anything that allows a bit of fluidity, but you got to look at the players that we've got. So in order to play those kind of formations, you're going to need your Somervilles back in addition to Guilherme. So you've got a bit of an option from a substitution point of view for like the in-game management, stuff like that. So, you know, it will be interesting. I think he's probably going to stick with the system. But when you play with the two up top, I just like a bit of movement, and Fulcrum was just getting frustrated in that game. He's someone that I feel potentially could have a really influential season. But in order to activate him, just play to his strengths. Whipping those balls, man. Whipping crosses, left, right. Just whip them in. And whoever running in behind, whether that be Bowen or Soucek or whoever, keep it simple. Play to people's strengths. Do you know what I mean? And if he is going to come deep, then the player's got to run in behind.
I think he would have benefited a lot more from the midfield that came on the 70th minute.
Yes,
I think he would have much more benefited from that dropping deep and the link up and the way they was passing the ball around, and he would have been able to pick that up and play off them. But you know, hopefully, I mean, Diouf. So I'll just get your thoughts because obviously I haven't spoken to you since we signed him. What are your thoughts on Diouf so far? That's the second game we've seen him.
Yeah, he was very frustrated in that game, man. I kind of felt for him a little bit. Obviously, his first game was a lot more better. He's someone that I think really suits the Premier League. Great stature. Although he plays in that position, for me, he's more of an offensive wing back. So I look forward to like good link up play, strength being shown, and I think he's a decent signing. I'm not going mad over him, but again, what that does is it's one for the future as well. So he'll start for me.
It's just for me, he's the profile of player that I've been crying out for in this team, and I've been wanting to see him other like in the midfield as well. It's just great to have someone with legs who's physical, quick, and direct as well. Someone that can bomb it down the channels, and his crossing is brilliant. I see the full crew interview. He was going up to him and said, "Listen, I've been watching your game, like watching how I can, deliver to you. I know you like the crosses." And so like him and full crew developing that understanding, I think is going to be really, really good. I think it's the type of player I think is just going to inject some energy into this team, much needed energy. And now we just need it. I would like a player like that sort of caliber, like in the midfield, like a box-to-box midfielder, like a destroyer, like a DRA or something.
Yeah, literally. I'm telling you now, right? If you just even if you just had one box-to-box midfielder in our team who had legs, you know what I mean? He had the engine just to go up and down. Even if they kept it simple, it would make such a difference, and it would give creative players a little bit more freedom to go and express themselves and not worry about tracking back. Because a bit like how Leicester had Kante, man, he was like that. They used to say he did the work for two men, literally, because he's just running up and down. Having someone like of that ilk who's able to do that would make such a difference in our team.
Sure. I always have to address this whenever I see this when people say about Soucek being a box to box. He's not a box to box. He's good in one box and good in the other box, but in between the box is nothing. There's nothing there. Is box to box, not box and box.
That's actually a great way of putting it, and I can see why Chewy's brought the point up, because Soucek does put the mileage in running, but there's nothing in between, man. Like, he'll run all day for you, but then he's just running up and down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Credit to him last season, though. He was a bit better on the ball last season, and it credit where credit's due.
No, this is the thing, Chewy. He doesn't play football from one box to another box. He plays football well in this box. So he's good at defending headers and crosses. And then in the other box, he's good at attacking headers and crosses and running. In between the box, no, there's nothing there.
There's nothing going on. Trust me.
I know. I credit him. I give him massive credit for that ball to Bowen. He weighted that pass perfect, and pass is not his strong suit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Chew. That whenever anyone says that, it triggers me. It does trigger me. It's nothing against you. Scott said it, and I went off on Scott once. So I was like, it's not I want someone that picks up the ball in one box and can take it to the other box.
Exactly.
That's what they can. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I see Soucek as a super sub, like an effective off the bench in an ideal world. I'm not against him starting games, certain games, depending if the balance is right. But I think off the bench, tired legs, let's go direct, late runs into the box, whipping in those balls from deep. I think he can be effective. I would still keep him.
Yeah. One thing I would say about the weekend, though, another positive, we did look fit. You know, like sometimes if I go back to other pre-seasons where at this stage, we like physically, we look sluggish. You know, remember like the early Moyes days, even before Moyes, but in the beginning of Moyes, really sluggish. The players actually looked like they were blowing out their ass. But we actually did look from a fitness point of view. We didn't look too bad. It was just the sharpness. The sharpness weren't there at all, man.
This is it. And do you know what? Actually, as Chewy brings up Mavropanos, it gave me a thought of like, I would actually love to see him in the midfield. Like, he's such a player that wants to get advanced, right? He wants to go forward more than defend. Like, we saw like some great forward play from him in that game. And his big problem, a lot of time, apart from a few mistakes, is getting caught out of position, high up the pitch, leaving gaps last season. As just a little experiment, I would love to see him. Just stick him in there, stick him as that. I'm not saying it's ideal, but I would love to see it because as a centre back, you know, he don't do it for me.
Yeah, so, it's tricky. We got a big problem at the back. And I'm not quite sure what to do. If he's going to go with the back three, I'm even would consider perhaps rather than Kilman playing in the middle of the three, putting him on the left with a Gerd in the middle. They're both sort of similar, but yeah, I don't really know. And Tadibo, man, I said it. I'm not feeling him, man. I'm not feeling him at the moment. I'm not feeling him. And he can't finish games neither, man. There seems to be like a fitness problem with him.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Is it him being lazy, or has he got underlying health issues that affecting his fitness? Because that's his big problem. I think there's a talent there. Like, I see it. I see the talent. It's the fitness. And that's concerning for me. Especially the price. We've paid like over £75 million on him and Kilman. Yeah. Kilman, his pace, it's pre-season, no tax, but that first shot off that Højlund got off early in the game, like Kilman was here, Højlund was like here, and then Højlund overtakes Kilman and gets on the ball. Now, Kilman sort of does well to just keep close enough to him to put him off the shot, but you should not be getting overtaken like when you've got that much distance on a player.
It's a disgrace, and Højlund's he's not that fast, man. He's not like electric, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that, and I was like, oh, we have a problem here. Like, this is where's the legs? So, but to be fair, Aguerd is the pacier centre back that we've got, and I can see why Potter wants to keep him.
And this is also why I'm thinking about swapping them in the middle. If you want someone in the like sweeping up effectively, I'd prefer it to be him. The thing is, all three of them are actually comfortable on the ball, which is we haven't had that in a long time, where we've had a couple of defenders comfortable on, well, more than two comfortable on the ball. Because to be fair, Gerd and Zuma were comfortable, and Zuma wasn't too bad on the ball. But so yeah.
Yeah, it's true. So that is good. I just wish they'd be more comfortable defending off the ball. That would be ideal, because it's like, even in the air, like, we haven't got anyone great in the air. I think Mavropanos is probably the best defender we've got in the air at defending.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and this is what I'm saying. They're all 6 foot plus, and they don't win headers. And we've gone through previous seasons of seeing our defense being so dominant in the air, just always being a threat from set pieces, to now. Yeah, man, we ain't really got no
leaders. Like the Winston Reid, the James Collinses, Zumas and
Dawson,
players like that, And now I get it. We want to have these ball playing centre backs, but defend first, like off the ball first, like read the game, win your aerial duels, stuff like that. That's what I want to see. So yeah, there's a bit of concern, but I think with a better midfield, the back line's under a lot less pressure than they were before.
That's what I'm hoping, particularly in that anchor position. That holding midfield position is very, very key for us going forward, and potentially an advanced sort of like attacking midfielder. Those two sort of positions are very, very key for us.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are making a point. We haven't got that hard bastard at the back that we're used to. Like, there's no one there that I look at and I go, yeah, like, he's who you want in a scrap. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it just stands out as one of them.
Things as well, right? When you play 3 centre backs, right, you basically need a minimum of 5 centre backs. For a season, because if you get 1 or 2 out, then you're struggling. It means you're changing up systems and stuff. So that's another thing. I even feel where we're kind of light there, depending on because I don't believe the 3 at the back will be a consistent thing. I just think it's going to be very dependent on opposition, very dependent on home and away games as well. We saw it in the latter half of last season, where he varied between the 2 depending on who we were playing.
Breaking rumor. What is this? Ben Jacobs tweet: West Ham want Fabio Vieira. Oh my God! What?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's not a bad player, but again, like if we're looking at profile, does he match the profile of what we want or the direction we're going in? I mean, sometimes it's combinations, isn't it? It's combinations. If you kind of put certain players,
I think he had a decent loan spell, but he just never looked up to it in the Premier League. It's one of them. Like, I just look at it and I think, is he going to? Like you said, sometimes it's just the fit and it's the profile, right? But is he? Do you look at him and go, like, he's going to elevate this team? Like, he's not what I'm asking for and what you was asked for in terms of that box-to-box destroyer run. That's not him. He's I guess that more ball-playing centre midfielder type player, and we could definitely do with signing one of them. But we're like, I just don't. That doesn't move me at all. Like, I just don't. Who's his agent? Is it bloody Salthouse? Like, Fabio Vieira, mate. Xhaka. Like, I know he's older, but he's still quality. I think that's a good pickup for Sunderland.
No, we don't need man like that. Trust me. That is a good. Yeah, it is good for Sunderland, but I not for me. Anyone that's a potential liability in any way. So from his point of view, it was a discipline situation. I know he fixed up a little bit in that area with Leverkusen, but and again, what we're trying to do is bring in not only ball players with who can go up and down, but a bit of pace. And yeah, bringing him in like with a season or two left in him, that's going backwards, man. That's as bad as not as bad as Henderson, but you see where I'm going. Like that kind of,
Yeah.
we don't need that kind of profile, not as a
Yeah.
starter.
It's so yeah. I mean, looking at like the strengths of Vieira, has been criticised for his lack of physicality. And we want a bit more of
Yeah,
a
exactly.
physical. And I don't think he's as gifted technically to make up for the lack of physicality. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not this wizard on the ball. Yeah, and he's not pacey. He hasn't got pace.
Nah.
What's the point of that? Like,
El Chico, they're saying about what's his face and Edison
yeah, I
Alvarez.
can
Yeah,
imagine them two in the bloody same team in the
trust me.
bloody hell.
Rotating suspensions.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Fabio Vieira at all. Yeah, he's just Ben Jacobs. He's a decent source, but we'll see. I mean, maybe it's a loan that they're looking at, but Arsenal are going to want to pick up some money. Like, so they've splashed some serious cash. So, what is this transfer window turning into, man? Callum Wilson, Fabio Vieira.
It's a madness. I guess we're just gonna have to like wait and see. I think a bit like the last couple of seasons, I think we're gonna see like a string of buys at one time. Everyone wants to try and get their business done now as soon as possible, because especially when you're transitioning the team as well, when you've got players coming in and the season's already kicked off, it's not cool. I guess one thing that Potter's trying to do, he's trying to rebuild his own version of that Moyes team spirit, right? The team spirit does look good. It looks like it's going back to what it was like 2-3 seasons ago. And yeah, it's good. And the club's media team are obviously really pushing on that to kind of like show that is the case.
Yeah. And I think like Fulkrug looks to be really stepping up as a leader in the team, I think, which we need more of between him, Soucek, Bowen, a little bit more leadership there, which I think is, ideal. So yeah, like I hope this Fabio Vieira rumor isn't real. Because like us to go like, right, Wilson, here we go. Fabio Vieira, here we go. Like, who next? Oh my gosh. And we need to get rid of some players, and it looks like Emerson's out the door next. It seems to be the closest one to a move.
Yeah, I know that one's kind of like rubbed the fans up the wrong way in a sense that they would rather keep him and stuff. I like Emerson. I think he's come in and he did a job for us. He came in at an important time and made some massive contributions for us, particularly when it came to winning the cup. I do feel moving him on now is the right play because again he's at that age now where we're in a situation where we've got Scars coming through, but it's perhaps not ready. Something I said last season is Scars could be one of the players who could play in that advanced midfield, sort of like one of the holding midfield positions, potentially on the left-hand side. Don't rule that out. But then having someone else come in front of him or a cover on that side with younger legs, I think it's now when you're meant to do that, get that transition. Don't wait till it's too late. We've been in that position before where we've just let players just get too old and that. And that's taking nothing away from Emerson. But if you've got a profile of a player like Emerson, they want to be playing, particularly in these senior years. They want to be playing week in, week out. You can't really have them guys on bench because it's like, they're like, nah, man, I need to be playing. So with that being said, I think it is kind of the right time to kind of move him on and just sort of start changing slowly.
I think Ward-Prowse is going to be the hard one to get rid of and move on because obviously we loaned him out, which was a pointless loan move. And he's on high wages. I think the team's, relatively high. I think he's on like 80 grand or something like that. Someone will end up with me. But he's on high wages for the caliber of team that would sign him. I think he needs a team either trying to stay in the Premier League or trying to get promoted to the Premier League. I think that's his level now.
You see, with Ward-Prowse, we've always said he's a player that does the basics very well. He's safety first. If he played in, say, like the Payet season, where you got a maverick within Payet, you got an influential player in Lanzini, and then you had him, say, like next to Mark Noble, ticking over 1-2, 1-2, pass to those guys and let them do their thing. He'd be amazing because he's just running for the adventurous guys. But when you have him in a team that lacks creativity or lacks decisiveness, he kind of gets exposed for the things that he actually does well, which is keep the ball and keep it ticking over. He is not really a creative player, and he's a player that gets caught in two stalls because he can run. It's because he can run. Yeah. Sometimes he's getting put in the 10, he's getting put in the deep line position, which is, not his best position. So with him, again, it's combinations. I do feel if you had someone alongside him who ran their ass off and was really good, like a Declan Rice, let's just say, right, for example, so a player of that ilk, but then you had a couple adventurous man in front of them that were good, he wouldn't look so bad. I just think he looks bad when we put him alongside the guys like Soucek and those guys. It makes him look even worse, I feel.
The thing is, like, under that Moyes' last season, one of the things he did well was pressing. Like, he was the only player that would consistently press, and like that seems to be gone out of his game. He's not even doing that anymore. And JWB can't leave till he breaks Beck's record. Let's give him a lifetime contract then, because this fucker's been here like 2 years or so and still hasn't scored a free kick. Ings scored a free kick before him. Like, that's how mad it is. That's so frustrating. I just want him to at least break the record, at least equal it. Just score one. Give me one free kick. Like, when is Somerville back? I think he'll be back at the end of August. And
that's kind of like,
I really like it.
Definitely.
I think he's going to make a big difference.
He will, and stylistically, it's going to be really interesting because if we do play the system that we've played in the last friendly, or regardless, 5 at the back, he's going to probably come in as a right wing back, man. And then what's going to happen then? There could be some shuffle up with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm not quite sure, so it's going to be interesting.
Says, I think, Brian, one of the biggest issues fans have is the stigma that his set pieces are so great and he can offer that, when in reality they are average, and that is basically what he's in the team for.
Can't argue. I can't. I can't.
Listen, we've seen Payet. Like, we know what a top class free kick taker looks like, mate. His free kicks. There was one last season where it was like the closest I'd ever see him get. But for the most part, it's been frustrating. Like, since he joined, we've had Emerson score a free kick, Ings score a free kick, and he's not done it yet. His corners are good, but it's just not enough to put him in the team for. And there's other players I'd rather see get opportunities.
You can see it's weighing on him as well, isn't it? You can see it's weighing on him. I feel
he's out of his depth. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it is, because he knew that was one of the big things he'd come in for, and it's the record as well, to be one off of David Beckham's. Yeah. So it's frustrating. We'll see. What I said, it's just in terms of assets like Mavropanos, Ward-Prowse, Emerson, like the players that we're all like definitely sell. There's not much value in there, really.
No, and that's the thing. Like, I don't think we can get rid of all of them. We're in a situation, particularly in midfield, where we're kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place.
Masters, do you think that we can do anything with Cornet, or has he completely gone?
He's done out here, man. He's dead out here. I think with him, like, I don't feel he'll stay. I think we'll loan him out again, or someone might come in and buy him. I don't feel there's no plans for him. If there were, he would be getting, like, over the next couple of games, he'll be getting a little run up. But I just don't think there's none for him.
Yeah. It's a shame because I rated him as a player when we signed him, but
yeah, same.
We'll see. Genoa don't seem to want to pick him up after that loan spell. Late to the live chat. Hopefully, we start using the left side more against Everton. We are so right-sided. Diouf wasn't given much service, which is weird because against Grasshopper, when Diouf in that second half, so much was going down the left, but we didn't really seem to utilize it against Man United.
I just think it's what United were doing. They were setting traps and they kind of targeted our right-hand side. And, Kilman was like coming over and pushing up. And it's just, they were just setting traps basically. And those guys at fullback were just getting caught out in behind.
Yeah, so listen, all eyes will be on the Everton game. It is pre-season. These games, I think, it's just a training session. There's a lot of eyeballs on this summer series. A lot of people are turning out to the stadium, thousands upon thousands. It's just, it adds pressure. When Potter's already under pressure, I don't think the result is everything, but fans just want to see signs that we're going to look a better team. We're going to be better to watch this season. And when we see that, particularly that first 70 minutes, we was just like, this is the same shit we saw last season. It's hard to just dismiss it as, pre-season. It doesn't matter. Like, I want to see some signs. And when you're picking just absolute trash to go out on the pitch that we don't even need to take a look at, we know that what they can offer over young, talented players, you're putting more pressure on your shoulders.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with any of that. And this is the thing, particularly when you're playing other Premier League oppositions, you need to be putting in a performance because, it's almost going to go against you. And again, like you said, I think one thing it highlighted for me is how light our squad is. Do you know what I mean? It just highlighted how light our squad is when we started with that lineup that we did. Yeah,
that's it. So if he plays that same midfield, boy, it's gonna be some pressure on him, even more so. We've just got to get this team where it needs to be and get the players in before the Sunderland game. I think that's going to be a difficult game.
Definitely. They've just come back. The stadium will be rocking. They'll be up for it. It'll be a very difficult game. And this is what I'm saying is, like, our game management has always been the thing that's like let us down. Game management and decision making. So game management from like knowing when to sort of like take the sting out of games when we've been under pressure, and decision making when we've been in attacking third. You look how many, like, over the years, especially like years ago, me and Scott always used to go on about Bowen in terms of his decision making, like when he like shoot or whatever, just a bit too hurried. Obviously, he's more polished now, but stuff like that, we've had years of players just making the wrong decision, and that's the only side of the Potter game that I hope will change. An element of that is just being able to just take the sting out of games, keep the ball, but shift it a little bit more. And this is where I feel like we do need a little bit of consistency going forward. We've kind of lost that in football, innit? The loyalty of like just keeping someone for a little while and riding out the crap times and then being able to build on something. I think for me, that's what I've been hoping for with Potter. I'm not like Potter's massive fan, but I kind of felt the profile did kind of fit what we needed, particularly after like Lopetegui. You want someone that's got experience, but that can hopefully get some longevity and then transition our young players into the first team. And I'm still hopeful of that, man. I think realistically, Dan, look, for the forthcoming season, I'll probably do something along prediction post or whatever. But I don't know. I don't even think we're gonna finish in the top 10. To be honest with you, if I were to predict right now, it's not going to be far off where we were last season.
I went back.
At 12th.
I watched the prediction thing we all did for your Instagram, last season, and it was comical viewing, man. I cringed so hard all the predictions we all had. Fifth, sixth, seventh. Like there was a lot of them. I think I said sixth, and it just didn't happen. So my expectations are a lot different this time. Damn. Is Fabio Vieira a better player than Fornals? Short answer, no.
They're different. You can't. The thing is, though, they're different positions, so they're different. But it's not like a fair comparison. To be fair,
true. Another short answer: 17th for the trophy. Yes, 100%. I want that.
Cup. FA Cup.
I'd even take a Carabao. I want that parade, and we need to be. I think we need to be stacking silverware. So I think we're in a situation where just get those numbers up. So I'd even take a Carabao and 17th, and then we're back in Europe as well. We're in Conference League, but still.
True. And with Carabao, you get the job done early because that's like February. You just get
Yeah, so we get that day out at Wembley as well. It's a Wembley Cup win. So I'll take that. But no, listen, Brian, cheers for coming on, man. What was remind me of your Instagram where they can find you?
West Ham fan _Brian.
West Ham fan _Brian. Yes. Go check it out. But that's where you can find Brian. You connect with him. Check out all the posts there. Like I said, we did a prediction thing last season. Go back and watch that. And if you want a good laugh, West Ham fan Brian, and you can just see it was like loads of us, all the different West Ham channels went on there, and we all gave our predictions, and it was quite funny to watch recently. So go and have a laugh. But listen, Brian, it'd be good. Definitely hope to have you more on. Like I said, over the season.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
And man, it was good. It was just good catching up with you again and talking some West Ham.
Nice one.
So yes, thank you all for watching. We'll probably be back with another video tomorrow. Maybe going in some depth on what's his face, Vieira. We'll keep up to date on that one and see what's happening. We'll be back. So yes, like I said, thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow. One thing left to say. Come on, you iron.
Come on, you iron.